been telling people that it's several different scenes describing people's relationships in a car. And it's just the way people interact with each other when they are in between their A and B. What happens on the way to someplace, and how people relate to each other or cannot relate to each other, and how the close proximity of a car really brings that out.
Mm-hmm. Most of us have a car, and most of us have relationships that transpire in a car, and so it's a very universal theme, and it's no matter what, almost no matter what country you're in, no matter what state you're in, the city, there's some sort of relationship that happens in a car.
Yeah, since the car was invented.
And if you don't necessarily drive, if you ride the bus, or if you are a passenger in somebody else's car, you're not necessarily the owner, but you're the one that you still are in a relationship some way.
With the people traveling with you, whether your destination is the same or not. Since the car was invented, people's traveling has become second, like breathing. It's our horizons are expanded, and our relationships are widened, and our reach across distances is shortened. So I think it's really important.
Victor alluded to the fact, Sarah, that you don't currently have a car, but you have had a car.
Oh yeah.
Do you miss not having?
I do. I miss having the freedom of just. I rely on friends a lot. I rely on public transportation. Where I currently live, I'm able to walk to work, walk to friends' houses, and things like that. But I do miss the freedom of just being able to. And I love to drive. My dad loved to drive, and I'm sure I inherited it from him. My commute to and from school used to be an hour one way, and it's me time. It's sing at the top of my lungs time, and it's do my makeup time, do my hair time.
So luckily there's no relationships going on in the car.
Well, no, not when I'm by myself.
As actors, is doing a show where you play multiple roles throughout the evening more or less challenging than if you were to explore one role throughout an evening?
Wow, they can both be challenging. Doing one character throughout a show is challenging because every character you play has a growth and a metamorphosis through the show. But playing different characters, you have to do each person's growth in a 10-minute block. So maybe it is more challenging. And the audience needs to be convinced that I'm playing 3 different people, that I am 3 different characters. And it's not just, we don't have radical costume changes, and it's all on the same set. So it's challenging. It is. It's fun. I love being a part of the family scene. It very much reminds me of my childhood. My mom would be driving, my brother, who was the oldest, would be in the passenger seat, and I was always squished in between them in the front because I was the littlest. And my 3 sisters were in the back. And we did a lot of road trips, going to church events all around the place. So my character is quite different from what I was as a child, but the close confinement and the "are we there yet" syndrome is very realistic. My favorite scene that I'm not a part of is the Aaron and Jackie, Lisa and Henry. It's just because it's so heartfelt and so heartwarming, and oh please, jealous much. They do a really fantastic job, and of course the dialogue, the situation is really sweet.
The guy was
so
fake.
But the dialogue is, every woman in the audience is going to like this to any guy they're with, because nobody talks like that in real life. But I love it. They do a great job. Now it's your turn.
Probably the Dimitri and the Shakespearean actress scene. I think it's difficult, and I see the challenge they had, and they've pulled it off. And Mac Kettner, who is very timid in real life, convinces me. No, he is timid.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he wouldn't hurt anybody. But he comes off like I believe him. And he has a lot of self-restraint, And Emily Green has perfected the Shakespearean language.
Not many chicks can do Hamlet, so you know.
I've never been to the theater before. If I've never seen a theatrical production, what would you say to me to convince me to come see Marcus is Walking?
I would tell you that it's something that you're going to be able to relate to. I mean, you'll be able to find something in the show that's going to bring you back to some part of your life at some point in your life that you can say, I remember this is how my family was when I was in the car, or I remember I had a brother like that, or I remember getting irritated with the person behind me, you know, and I'm still trying to work through getting to my destination without putting all my attention to the person behind me. There's just going to be a scene that is going to cause you to want to it's just going to bring memories, you know, that you had at some point. If it wasn't last night, you know, it was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It has, it covers road rage and romance and everything in between. It's a slice of life play, kind of. Not many non-theatrical people would know what that term means, but every situation is real, and the way it's presented, it's very the set. Nothing is too flashy and overbearing or anything. It's very minimalistic, but the characters are very real and very tangible, and their situations are true and relatable. Like Victor said, they're all something that if you've not been through it yourself, then you certainly know someone who has.
And they're the cheapest tickets in town. $8.